South Hills family, can you believe we are celebrating 25 years of being a church? In some ways, it feels like we are just getting started. But with a milestone like this, I think it's important to take a look back at where we started and what God has brought us through. And after that, I want to share some exciting plans for the future. In 1998, our founding pastors, Chris and Laura Songson, stepped out in faith and started the first South Hills Church campus in Corona, California. All these years later, we've grown to be multiple campuses in multiple states, but we still have the same heart to be the perfect place for imperfect people. I became the senior pastor in 2021, but I actually started attending South Hills in January of 2005. My wife and I came to this church because we were invited by a friend. We got involved right away. I started serving as an usher. We opened up our home for small groups, and I eventually stepped into a leadership role here at the church. Years later, Pastor Chris invited me to join his South Hills staff. Then in 2021, he asked me to step in as a senior pastor. My heart is to continue building the legacy that he and Laura started and to continue creating opportunities for us to lead unchurched people into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ. And that's exactly what we've been doing. Since it began, South Hills has grown and adapted even through something as unpredictable as a global pandemic. We now serve 12 communities, including our global partner in Kenya, Africa. This year alone, we actually launched 2 new campuses. We've been expanding into the East Coast with South Hills, Virginia, and Ohio. It's been an incredible journey. And you know what makes it even more special? Each one of you. You are shareholders in this ministry of South Hills Church. Every time you give, you make our mission possible. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. We could literally not do this without you. Now, let's expand a bit on our mission because after 25 years, it's still the same. We want to reach the lost. We are not here to keep the good news to ourselves. We want to share it with everyone in 2024, and we are getting even more intentional about this. I want to share a story with you that really captures the heart of what we are doing here at South Hills.
Mi nombre es Alejandra López.
Y yo me llamo Leonel López. A mí lo que más me gusta de South Hills es que no te juzgan, que puedes ser tú, que no tienes que aparentar nada.
Yo creo que mi vida en South Hills, antes de South Hills, era muy superficial. Yo creo que de tan vacía que se sentía mi vida, tan oscuro que estaba como mi mundo en ese momento, simplemente no quería estar aquí. Y recuerdo que en un momento de debilidad yo pues estaba a punto de quitarme la vida. Cuando decidí meterme al Facebook a dejar mi nota de partida, al momento que yo pone un video de Pastor Adam Smith del campus de Corona, en el que él está hablando de depresión y de cómo a veces Dios nos hace llegar a lo más bajo para que nosotros podamos buscar de Él, y cómo a través de esos momentos de debilidad nosotros podemos acercarnos a Dios. En ese momento yo dije, Señor, te escucho y mañana voy a South Hills.
Y se acordó de que estaba South Hills en Riverside y era en español. Entonces ella va también primero, toma a lo mejor otro par de fines de semana para que ella me invite a mí. Cambiado mucho nuestro matrimonio con nuestros hijos, el ejemplo que le estamos dando a nuestros hijos es increíble.
Hoy estoy aquí. Gracias a South Hills tengo una familia incondicional.
This is what reaching the lost is all about, changing lives through God's grace one story at a time. And we don't just stop there. We want to see them continue to grow deeper into their relationship with God. This is why we kicked off Rooted this year. It's been incredible seeing so many of you get connected or reconnected with God and getting clarity on your purpose, and it has been absolutely beautiful. We believe there's a ministry inside of each and every one of you. God has planted something unique in your heart, a passion, a project, a cause, and Rooted is the way that we as a church can help you discover what that is and how you can pursue it. Can you imagine what our communities, our workplaces, our schools, and even our South Hills campuses could look like if we were fully living out the purpose that God has given us? I want 2024 to be the year of discovering and doing more ministry. And when I say ministry, I don't mean just for the staff or for the pastors at South Hills. I mean all of you. So if you have not had a chance to experience Rooted, hear my heart. I want everyone in our church to experience Rooted in 2024. There is one more initiative that I want us to think about in 2024 and move on. We've always made it a priority to love on the communities where our South Hills campuses are located. But next year, we are also going to start offering mission trip opportunities, starting by sending a team to Kenya, Africa. Our global campus and longtime partner Tumaini are both on the ground making an impact in a town called Chumbi. We want a team to go and come alongside of their efforts and continue spreading the love and message of Jesus. As you start to have conversations with God on what He has planned for you in 2024, I want to put this theme verse in your head. Acts chapter 1, verse 8 says, "You will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, and you will be my witnesses, telling people about me everywhere, in Jerusalem, throughout Judea, and in Samaria, and to the ends of the earth." This verse is a perfect reminder of who we are as a church. In 2023, I had two very memorable moments that I will remember for the rest of my life. I was able to baptize my son, and I was able to baptize my son's friend.
My name is Dylan Tucci.
I'm Ezra Camacho. We became friends through baseball, and a while ago I decided to invite him and his family to church. And
I liked it because it was like the perfect fit for anybody. So I just asked my mom if we can go back, and she said sure.
What made you choose to be baptized?
My main decision to be baptized was to just carry all the stress and anxiety and just worries about everything just off my shoulders and give my full life to Christ and just lay all my problems on Him.
So I remember specifically when you told me you wanted to get baptized.
so I was trying to go to sleep in my room, and I was just laying on my bed, and it was like quiet in there. I just heard like God calling me and telling me like I need to take the next step because that's not how He wanted me to be living my life. I called you up to my room and turned the lights on, and we sat down on the bed and we just had a conversation about what happened and why I decided to get baptized and why I told you.
Do you remember what I said? You said, I want to get baptized this weekend. And I said, well, I'm out of town this week. I'm going to Ohio. And then you're like, okay, well, the next weekend. Then I said, well, the next weekend you have a baseball tournament. And then do you remember your answer to that?
I didn't care about my baseball tournament, and I would much rather skip it and get baptized and give my life to Christ.
That's when my eyes opened up this wide. I'm like, what? That to me was like, oh, yeah, you're serious about this.
I wanted to restart. Like, I wanted to come out of the water as a new person. Like you said, if you get baptized, not everything's going to be perfect after. You're still going to make bad decisions and all that. But I just feel like some people need that fresh start. And I was one of those people. I just feel like taking that next step was the best thing you could do.
So today, let's celebrate 25 years. But let's also keep the momentum going as we look to the future and continue making a difference in 2024 and beyond.